Welcome to Still Standing TV show. I'm your host, Nikyra McCann. Thank you for joining us today. And today we have Steve Bozeman from Steve Auto Sales. Steve sells cars, and when I think about cars, I think that it's for everyone, right? Everyone sort of needs this to get around, transportation for daily living. So we are grateful to have you here to sort of share your expertise. So Steve, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Steve Bozeman. I am the owner of Steve's Auto Sales. I've been doing this about 15 years. We started out on 648 East Washington. Now we're at 1619 South Stoughton.
Okay.
I love cars, and personally, like passionately in my heart.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I got off into this. My grandfather always had cars around. He was always working and tinkering. He would buy a car and it'd be gone in 2 weeks.
Whoa.
And in my grandmother, that's kind of how I got my mechanical. Then I went to school for mechanics. I became a mechanic. But my grandmother used to always have these garage sales, which is kind of weird, but she showed me the dynamics of selling. You know, I put my prices on everything. I would dicker the price down a little bit or do whatever we had to do to sell the stuff because we needed new stuff. We didn't have room for the old stuff. So learn how to sell from granny, learn how the mechanical from grandfather, and everything came together, and here I am. So.
Wow. So you just sort of put that together, right? Put
Absolutely.
two and two, your lived experience, your life, the knowledge you learn from your grandparents. That's so awesome. Yes. So when you think of cars, and you think of how everyone needs it in their life right now, what makes you so different with what you do?
Well, what I do, a lot of dealerships, like say if you go to the bigger dealerships, you go in, you'll never see the owner of the place, okay?
So true.
So when you come to Steve's Auto, you're gonna see Steve. Like I don't have anybody else selling cars there. So the reason I do that is because I wanna have control over the experience the best I can. If somebody else does something, I don't know about it, then it's out of my control. But when you're in control, kind of like you're in control of your business. So you know what's gonna happen and you're not worried about anybody else's negligence or anything like that. So that's the difference. You're dealing with me, the man. The buck stops here. You're coming in. It's going to be simple. There's no confusion. I don't have to go ask anybody any questions. I'm going to cut you the best deal.
Yeah,
so that's the difference.
And you have you've been doing this for so long. I know you personally. I've purchased vehicles from you, and it was such a great experience over the years how you sort of helped me, right?
Yeah.
And so I appreciate that. Just you.
You're welcome.
And it's like you're all over the community. People, Steve Auto sells cars, right? So that's awesome that you sort of have this sort of good feel with your community, that your community respects you.
It's beautiful.
With what you're doing.
For sure. The community is a big deal. You know, I've always been a community guy because without the community, there's no money. You know, that's not the only reason, but that's just coupled with the fact that community is a part of us. You're a part of the community. I'm a part of the community. Everyone's a part of the community in order to make a community. So if we all work together, we can have a great deal on the cars for the community. You know, I mean, I want to make sure everybody can drive. Nobody should be walking, taking a bus. If it was up to me, everybody would drive.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, and it's like when you just look outside, there's cars everywhere. Cars everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So it is definitely a good business to get into, and the fact that you have the good heart and your heart is in the right place, right?
Okay.
Like that means a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I really do feel it. Like each car, like when a person comes in and get this car, I tell people before, I feel like I give the people wings. Because when they come in, they're in a situation, and when they leave, if they get the car, it's like their face changes, their body language. The next time I see them, I'm like, whoa, you look better.
Yes.
And it's a healthy thing, you know. Like I don't know, I can't really explain everything, but it's good to have a car. I'll just leave it like that.
I agree. I remember times going into your business without having a car and coming out with a car.
You know that feeling? It's like,
I could get around now, right? I could go where I need to go, do what I need to do, provide for my family. You know, so it's bigger than just a car. Like it's a priority, a necessity.
It is.
So.
I want to say that, you know, some people, when they look at a car, they don't really, some people don't appreciate what they have.
Yeah.
Like some people got these nice cars and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and other people, they might have a cheap car, but at the end of the day, they both take you A to B.
Yeah.
Okay? So it doesn't matter if you want an expensive car. I mean, we got a $29.99 sale going right now. So it's like we got the cheaper cars.
Yeah.
We don't discriminate. You know, we
Yeah.
know certain people have less money than others.
Yeah.
So we
Yep.
have products that accommodate that.
Yep.
So
Yep. And it's you have cars for all sorts of budgets, right?
all sorts. We don't discriminate. Some dealers, you go in there, they only want to sell you like a $20,000 car, or if you don't have X and Y, it's kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
And I never do that. I sit down. I don't care if you walk on the street with a bag on your back. I'm gonna sit down and treat you the same as a person that I know has money.
Yep.
You know, so
Yep.
that's another good thing about
Yep.
Steve's.
Well, Steve, you are definitely on the move and the guy to know in the community. And please continue to watch. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Still Standing TV show. Thank you for joining us. We've been talking to Steve Bozeman. He's here today and he has such good energy. He wants to help the community and he's just such a good-hearted man, gentleman, and we're so glad to have you here. So you've talked about, you know, your experiences with your grandparents. They gave you the knowledge, the wisdom to be the successful man today that you are.
Absolutely.
So what are some hardships that you had to overcome?
You know, in the beginning, you know, when I first started the business, I didn't have a customer base. So it was hard to just get your customer base going, let people know that you're there, get them to trust you. Because when you first, I mean, you know, everybody knows the old stigma about used car salesmen.
Yeah.
Like they, you know, there's stigma about it. Like, you know, people use it as a joke sometimes, but this is serious, you know. So I stayed with it. It is hard running your own business, you know. Like generally, you have to be responsible. You have to work harder, more hours than a normal person would work. And it's stressful because if you don't run your business right, then you got to go work for somebody.
Yeah.
That's the end game if you don't run it correctly. And I don't want to work for anybody. I want to run my own business.
Come on. Yes.
So the hardship for me is just staying on top of everything all the time. You know, it's not hard, but it's always a challenge. It's not like I can sit back and relax because there's a lot of other people that want my spot, you know, and I want to stay right what I'm doing.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and the corona was tough. You know, when the corona came, there was nobody coming in. It was just like, I thought it was over with for a second, but then, you know, life started trickling back in, and then the floodgates opened back up. But that was the scariest time during the corona. I'm sure for everyone, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone were sort of home, not doing anything.
Yeah.
So many people were sick.
Yeah.
And
I was shook.
definitely. And you spoke on how you want to work for yourself. Like, I get that, right?
Yeah.
As me being a business owner also, like, you have a mission and a vision and you know you have to get up and do every day to do it.
You do.
So the fact that you've been doing it, how long have you been?
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah. It's a lot. And I feel it too. But it's a good feeling. I sleep at night. When I help people, I go home feeling good. You know, I'm like, somebody got 2 or 3 cars. I mean, it's not always the money. The money, you can get used to the money. That feeling when you help someone is better than money.
Yes.
Like when I stop and give somebody some money on the side of the road when they standing there, it makes me feel better than it makes them feel.
Yes.
You know, so that's the magic of it.
Yes. Well, Steve, you are definitely more than cars, right? You are
I think so.
A man with such great passion and such inspiration to help people, and that goes a long way, right?
Yes.
And then when you said something to the point of you don't want nobody to take your spot, right? You trying to stay right here.
Right here.
And I look at it like, with all this talking to you today, you have big shoes to fill, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So somebody coming for it, it's going to be a tough job because you've been in this 15 years.
Yep.
You have a heart of gold, really trying to help the people.
Yes.
So,
yeah, and you know, just being black on top of that, I'm going to throw that in.
yeah.
it's not a whole lot of us that are in these type of businesses, you know? And I noticed that, and it's a disproportion. I just wanted to do it. I didn't think it seemed like it was hard, but it was possible. And once I did it, it was good, you know? I mean, once you start running the race, it's good. It's just starting sometime, you know? So, yeah.
And you started, and now you're making progress, and you're sort of doing great, right?
I'm doing good, Kyra. I'm blessed. You know, I have to give thanks to God, too. I can't forget that. You know, because without him, I wouldn't have the patience, the energy, you know? So we got to shoot out to God on that.
Yes, we definitely got to give credit to God. This show is definitely, you know, faith-based, and, you know, without God, we wouldn't be able to do anything. So we have to give him glory and honor and praise for everything that he given us, right?
Absolutely.
And just be blessed for where we came from and where we are today.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. You know, we've all came through a lot of storms. Even you've had your storm, but God is on the boat. You know what I mean? So we're going to make it.
Come on. We going to make it, and we're making it. And, you know, we're pushing forward, right? We're pushing forward into our destiny, into new beginnings, into prosperity with a good heart, right? I think that's what it's about. And that's what I see with you, and what's missing with a lot of other dealers is they just do it for the money or, you know, just to come up.
That's what it is.
Talking to you and knowing you for years, I've always felt like your heart was in the right place to really help people.
I mean, everybody's not the same. Like I said, most car dealers are predatory. You know, they just look at you. They're like, how much money you got? I mean, we need to know these facts, but they don't really care about your situation. You know, they don't really care about 3 or 4 years down the road, what's that going to look like, you know? I try to look globally at it, you know? Like, if I know a person like you, I try to give you something that'll fit the situation, you know? Like, something that won't, you know, mess you up, you know? It'll be a good experience. So
just, you know, thank you, Steve, for everything that you're doing in the community and for being who you are. And thank you for being here. And please just continue to watch. We will be right back. Welcome back to Still Standing TV show. Again, I'm Nikyra McCann. Today we have Steve Bozeman. Steve, thank you for being here. You are, in fact, still standing, right?
I'm standing.
Through everything that you've been through, your hardships, your trials, you are still standing, and you're still standing here with a story of passion and inspiration to help others. So you have your business, Steve Auto Sales. So what are some of your deals? What can people expect?
Well, you know, we start out at the $29.99. And then we move up. A lot of our cars are in the $4,000 to $5,000 range. Then they go 6, 7, 10. We have $20,000 cars. You know, we have the high performance sport cars coming in now. We have tons of trucks for the winter, SUVs, families. You need the third row. We got the economy small cars. We even got motorcycles. So, you know, we try to have everything. We got like moving vans. We have diesel trucks, like almost everything I have. Because that's what I wanted, just to make sure that I can take care of the needs of the people.
Wow.
So we got it covered, and when we sell them, we buy more. So yes, we're standing strong.
Standing strong.
That's right.
Well, you have a variety of sort of...
Make your head spin.
Yes. And it seems like your selection over the years just keeps getting better and better, right?
It does. It does. I mean, I'm proud of that. In the beginning, like I said, it starts a little slow, you know, but when that wheel gets to turning, it gains momentum, and then it's hard to stop it then, you know? So that's what's going on. Just over time, good customers like you know, I mean, everybody counts, you know? It takes individual bricks to build a house, you know? So every brick, every person that came in helped to build Steve's Auto Sales. So I appreciate everyone that came down and who will come down in the future. So
so you are definitely, like I said, I see you everywhere on different people pages and stuff with their cars and your social media and everything. So that's great. So So just speaking of cars, what do you think is the best car, the best vehicle? I just had to ask you this.
I'm kind of biased because I drive a Tesla.
Okay.
So I like the Teslas, okay? I don't like putting gas in anymore. So outside of that, I'd say get a Toyota Camry, something like that. Stay in a Toyota.
Okay.
I think a Toyota is the most reliable vehicle out of all the vehicles, and it'll give you the less headache. They're not cheap cars to buy because you are buying reliability.
Right. Yeah.
Other cars, they might be cheap, but they're not reliable.
Yep.
So sometimes it's better to spend the money up front so you don't have to keep putting it in on the back end, you know, because you're going to spend the money either way it goes.
Yep.
Spend it up front and you'll have a good experience. Buy a good car. Everybody knows Toyotas, Hondas, you know, those Asian cars pretty much last 200,000 to 300,000 miles. American cars, you know, they'll get to 200 and they'll start giving you a headache. So
yes.
that's the way it is.
Yes. Toyotas do seem like very, very good cars, right?
I've been selling those like hotcakes. Like people buy them and then they don't even ask the question because they know what is embodied in a Toyota. So
yes,
it's a good deal.
Yes, I see a lot of Toyotas around. And so do you have any like winter deals or anything going on right now?
There is a deal that we just started yesterday, and it's something that you can even take part in. It's the $500 return customer discount. Okay, so if you've ever bought a car from me and you come back to get another one, I'm gonna knock $500 off just because you already bought a car right away. Wow. So I think that's a good deal because I mean, a lot of people have bought cars and you're gonna need to buy another car one day. $500 off is incentive to come on back and see Steve.
Wow, Steve, that's good right there.
Yeah, I was thinking I got to give something back, you know?
Yes, that's awesome that you giving people $500. Now, what car dealer go do that? Come on now.
They kind of greedy out here.
Yeah,
you know?
but over at Steve Auto, you definitely are going to the right place, right? Going to the right place.
I'll make sure that you have a good experience and that hopefully you'll come back, you know? Like, if really it's not the car, it's the person that is selling, you know? Like, you have to like the person almost to give them your money, you know? So I know it's not all the cars. People come down, they like talking to me. I like talking to them. We form like a relationship, a friendship, and we go on for years, like me and you. You know, it's like, that's just how it should be, I think, you know? Yeah.
I think years ago, when you were like in a garage or something, I got a Mercedes-Benz from you. And it's just every time when I had lost my car and I went to your shop and you got me a car, oh, that was like the best feeling in the world.
I remember. I just remember you standing next to that Mercedes. It was just like, man, that glow on your face.
Yes. So I'm not only am I just here talking, I'm a customer, right? And I've been knowing Steve for a long time over the years, and you are definitely in good hands. So if you have a moment, check out Steve Auto, and thank you for joining us, and we will be right back. Welcome back to Still Standing TV show. Thank you for joining us. We've been having a wonderful conversation with Steve Bozeman of Steve Auto Sales. Definitely the place to go, the place to be for your best vehicle options. So Steve, let's talk a little bit about the process. What can someone expect when they come to your shop?
When you first come to Steve's Auto, we're going to let you look around. We want to find something that you like. I want to see your style, you know, see what type of car you want. Then after we find out the type of car you want, we're going to figure out if you want to pay cash or if you want to finance. If you want to pay cash, you know, we're going to discuss and negotiate the price. You know, we'll get your license plate and all that. If you're going to finance, then we need to sit down and talk about, you know, of course, like your score and how much down payment. We need to talk about, you know, whether you need, you know, we have insurance and stuff like that. You know, we have to put everything together. But at the end of the day, it's going to be quick and easy. Usually people get out of there in 15 or 20 minutes. Yeah, if you're paying cash. If you finance, maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes. So.
Yeah.
But either way, you're going to get the car. If you finance, you're going to build your credit. And you can use this car while you're building your credit. So it's a double-edged sword, you know.
Yep.
So you're using the tool that's building your credit. So that's like a win-win situation, you know.
Yep.
If you pay cash, you get it cheaper. So that's the win on that.
Yep. Paying cash, you get cheaper.
Cash is king.
Yes, right? So what are some of your products, some of your services that you offer?
So now we've started a key making service. So I've spent some money invested. I bought an actual machine that can cut a key.
Wow.
I have a computer machine that I bought that can go in and I can program the key to your car. So just like the big dealers do, except we charge probably 60% less than what they charge.
Wow.
So the average key is about $100 to make it. You go to the dealer, it's gonna be like $200 or $300. You know, so we just do it we do this to help people. You know, of course we can monetize fully and make more money, but it's not all about money. This is a convenience. If somebody lost their key, it's not a time to take advantage of them. You need to help them out, you know, give them a good deal so they can continue with their life. So that's the reason why I invested in that. We have windshield replacement service. Like if you got that big crack going across your windshield, we can pull it out, put a new one in.
Wow.
We do lockout service. If you are in your car somewhere at the store, you lock your key in it, we come out for $30 and pop the lock. So yeah. And the mechanical services, you know, we can do a motor, transmission, you know, we got detail services, pretty much anything. We got body services. You know, you want to get the dent. You got a big old dent. We can take care of that, paint the whole car, whatever you need to get done.
Wow. So, well, you definitely have all of the options.
We got a lot of stuff going on.
All of the options. Wow.
Yeah.
One-stop shop, man. You could get it all.
I can't think of too much that we can't do to a car. We can make a car from scratch if we wanted to.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I see. Yes. Definitely. So, how can people get a hold of you? What's the best way if they want to? The
best way, a lot of people get a hold of me on Facebook. From social media, Steve's Auto Sales or Alan Bozeman on there. Or you can just call me, 608-359-0167. The phone is the most direct way. You know, you can text me, you can email me, look on the internet, Steve's Auto Sales. You can go to the website. You can apply for loans. You can look at the cars on the website, leave me messages or whatever. But the phone is the most direct. You know, make an appointment, make sure and get you in and get you taken care of.
So, in closing, what is one thing you would say to someone who is starting their own business? What's one thing of advice that you would give them?
I would say that you need to be really tough. You know, like business is not for the weak, you know, because there's a lot of days where the sun doesn't shine, you know, hypothetical or, you know, just speaking and figuratively, you know, like the sun doesn't shine every day in business. And those cloudy days, you got to remain at the same level you're at on a sunny day because your customers don't deserve anything less, you know? So nobody should ever know if a good or a bad day. And it's hard to compartmentalize sometimes when you run a business, you got other stuff going on, but these are your people over here. So you got to put all this over here and you got to deal with them professionally. And that's the part that some people aren't able to fathom because they're not able to balance themselves mentally. And it's a challenge, you know? When you got like hundreds of people that you're responsible for. So, I mean, I'm the man for the challenge, you know? Yeah.
And Steve, you've been doing it 15 years, right?
I'm getting old.
Yes, but you've been doing it with grace, with God, with just your community, right?
I love it.
So thank you, Steve, for joining us here today. Thank you for your time. I definitely see a different side of you, and it's really a good side to really help the community, as we said. So just thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.